All right, let's dive right in. We're about to witness the single moment that flips the entire Ramayana on its head. This is so much more than just a scene of loss. It's the spark that ignites a war. It's the personal tragedy that forges a hero's legendary quest. So put yourself in his shoes for a second. Imagine you've been tricked, lured away from everything you care about. You're rushing back home, your heart is just pounding with this awful feeling, and you're expecting to find the person you love most in the world. But instead, you find nothing. Just an unnerving, terrifying emptiness. This is the horrifying silence that greets our hero, Rama. So how did this even happen? Well, Rama was off chasing what he thought was a magical golden deer, a simple request from Sita. But the thing was, the creature was actually a demon in disguise, a Rakshasa, sent specifically to draw him away. That desperate cry for help he heard, yeah, that wasn't a warning. It was the sound of the trap snapping shut. So he's racing back, and he finds his brother Lakshmana, who was also fooled by that fake cry for help, and that sickening realization just hits them both at once. They weren't the real targets of this whole deception. Nope, they were just being moved out of the way. If they were the pawns, who was the prize? They just tear through the forest toward their home, and this cold fear is just growing with every single step. And then, everything just grinds to a horrifying halt. They burst through the trees, expecting to see their peaceful hut, but something is deeply wrong. The air itself feels heavy, and all those familiar, comforting sounds of the forest, they're just gone. All there is silence. And it's not a peaceful quiet, you know? It's an unnatural, heavy silence that basically screams that something terrible has happened. It's the kind of silence that is way, way louder than any sound. And in that deafening silence, there it is, the devastating truth. The hut is empty. Sita is gone. The one constant in Rama's world, literally the center of his life, has just vanished without a trace. In this one empty space, a prince's entire world just completely shatters. You know, Rama's first reaction is just pure disbelief. He calls out her name, his voice filled with this desperate, desperate hope. He's praying to hear her answer. But the only reply he gets is the echo of his own voice, just bouncing off the trees of an empty, indifferent forest. After that initial shock wears off, the denial gives way to this frantic energy. They can't just stand there, they have to do something. So Rama and Lakshmana start scouring the area, searching for any sign, any little clue that can tell them what in the world happened here. And the clues they find, well, they tell a horrifying story. First, they see her footprints, and you can tell there was a struggle. Next, they find broken flowers, probably dropped in a hurry. And then finally, the most damning piece of evidence, the deep, unmistakable tracks of a giant chariot. This wasn't a disappearance. This was a violent abduction. And that's it. All the pieces just click into place. Those chariot tracks confirm his absolute worst fear. This was the work of a powerful Rakshasa. And in this moment, Rama's profound grief starts to mix with something else, something harder, something sharper, pure, righteous fury. As they follow that trail deeper into the woods, they come across just a tragic sight. They found a witness to the crime, all right, but he is quickly running out of time. Lying there under a tree is the great eagle Jatayu, a friend and a guardian. He's been torn apart, his wings totally shattered, but he is held onto life by sheer force of will. He saw everything, and he has one last duty to perform before he dies. With his fading breath, Jatayu gives Rama the one thing he needs more than anything else right now, a name. He identifies the abductor. It was Ravana, the mighty 10-headed king of the Rakshasas, the ruler of the distant island of Lanka. And you have to understand Jatayu's heroism here. He didn't just witness this crime, he tried to stop it. He fought the powerful demon king himself to protect Sita. He may have failed, but my goodness, he sacrificed everything in the attempt. This is the message that's going to echo in Rama's mind for the rest of his journey. Jatayu tells him that even as she was being dragged away, Sita was calling out for him. That's not just a plea for help, it's a testament to her unwavering faith in him, a faith he now has to honor. His message delivered, the noble Jatayu dies, and in this incredibly profound act of gratitude, Prince Rama himself performs the final funeral rites for the great bird, honoring him as if he were his own father. The search for answers is officially over. The quest to rescue Sita is about to begin. This is where everything changes. The whole narrative pivots right here, from grief to purpose. The sorrow doesn't just disappear. Oh no! Instead, it gets channeled. It's forged into something new, something incredibly powerful. This comparison just perfectly captures what's happening inside Rama. The man who was trembling in shock, whose heart was broken, he's gone. In his place stands a warrior whose voice is like steel. The sorrow is still there, for sure, but now it's just fuel, encased in an absolutely unbreakable resolve. And this is it. This is the vow that launches one of the greatest quests in all of literature. It is an absolute, unconditional promise. It's more than just a statement of what he plans to do. It's a declaration of war against the king of demons. From the deepest, darkest depths of grief, Rama has found his mission. The question is no longer what happened, but what he is willing to destroy to make it right.